Hello everyone, today I'm going to be cutting Zeiss Photofusion Brown 167 high index lenses with the Duravision Platinum for the RayBan 5114. Color, is that 5064? Could be, in the 54 eye size. This is freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. I am the hardest working optician in the optical industry. My name is Seymour Better, but call me Mo Better, because I'm going to have you seeing Mo Better and looking Mo Better and show everyone else how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses when I show you Joe's RayBan 5114, which is the color 5064, which is the Havana on blue. They've changed their little stickers on their barcodes, and that's why they moved things around. I couldn't guess. I was like, is this color 5064? Yes. Yes, it is. Don't take my, by the way, it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple, color 5064. The Havana on blue. Havana is an old school name for tortoise. And so, here's something unique. I was just about to cut these lenses today when I saw that he was paid for a video. So I had to stop what I'm doing. I'd already highlighted his packets, which you see me do a little bit later. I've already got the dots on the lenses, but I stopped what I'm doing. I already put a sticker on his gray permanent card that has his address, his email information, phone number, all that stuff. Likes and dislikes. He likes puppies and walks in the rain. Dislikes nuclear war and smog. No, I'm just teasing. I don't know any of that stuff. But for $1, I'll show you guys his personal information, only because he's from Morgantown, West Virginia. And if he's a Mountaineer fan, now it's been, 10 years now? Maybe? I don't know. But I went down to Charlotte with my wife to see them play in a bowl game against my University of North Carolina Tar Heels. And they shellacked us. I believe the quarterback's name was Pat White, if I can remember. And if it turns out that if Joe in Morgantown, West Virginia is a Mountaineer fan, then the next price of his glasses is going up. I'm going to tell you that right now, because that was a long drive home, long quiet. And it was the first bowl game I took my wife to. I was all excited about taking her to that. And oh man, we got whooped. But enough about me. Let me tell you about my wife. She got tickets to the Olympics in Atlanta with the company she was working for. Went to 2 events. Could not tell you what sport she saw or what countries played, but that's my wife for you. But she went with me to paid all that money for the bowl game to see both of us see us get whooped. So let me begin. I've already assigned the barcode sticker. I've stuck that on his permanent record card, so I've covered it up with the temporary one that you see me use in the videos. I'm going to sign that. Now I never did, actually I did trace it, so I did trace the shape of his lenses. Did I enter his pupillary distance? No, I had not gotten that far. So that is the shape that I'll be cutting. We have that there. So his PD, pupillary distance, is 62. The computer starts at 32.5, so I'm going to tap the minus button until we get to 31. I want to raise the optical center height up 2 millimeters to 17. We're going to go 2 above at 17. Take the right lens out of the packet. I've already got the dots on the lenses. So normally I would rotate the lens until it came into focus. Now I need to attach these blocks to his lenses. I've got 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got them here. The black side is the sticky side. We're going to stick this one onto the first block. Do the same thing now for the second one. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up that silver button on the back, which is a magnet to the magnet that holds that in place. Get everything lined up as such. Make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. Hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. Never before have I gotten this far with tracing a frame, dotting up the lenses to find out that actually that one's rubbing off. So let's go ahead and go through this motion again. Let's turn the axis wheel to 18. It rubbed off in the package. Put on +1 1/4. Find the geometric center of the lens. Where was that? Was I at 1 1/4? I was at 1 1/4. Let's check the astigmatism correction. That is correct. We're going to put 3 dots on the lenses. Those are much bolder. Place that onto the platform. Pull the sticker away. Same pupillary distance, same optical center height. Same way I'm going to attach the magnet there in the chuck. Yes, that is a chuck too. Make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. Hit that button, the arm's going to come down, place the block onto the left lens. By the way, again, this is the point in the video, I have to sneak this joke in, I have to sneak it in. This is the point in the video that I would highlight the powers, showing the single vision 167. It has color here, but it doesn't say Photofusion Brown. It does say the Duravision Platinum AR with his prescription. And if you guys had missed any of that, I would say, let me recap. You know I had to sneak that joke in there. I don't like that I highlighted these ahead of time. So, let's move everything down here. Now I'm going to wake up the computer. Job ID number 3552. 3552. Normally the paperclip would be holding that onto the temporary card, but I actually got a card, cut the square off so I could put it over this. That's something you don't usually see in my videos. That's how I'm going to tell them apart. The beige to goldenrod color are the cards to use in the video that does not have any of his personal information, like his email, phone number, credit card, the puppies that he likes. Just kidding. And the gray is the permanent record card. So, color number 3552. These are not polycarbonate lenses. These are high index, so I'm going to mark that. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens because it's not going to be seen. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface this one time, but I am going to place one on the rear concave surface of the lens. So I'm going to press the sticker on there firmly, place the magnet into the chuck, or by now you know I like to call it the Charles because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it chuck. I'm just not clever enough to come up with another joke either, so you're stuck with that one. So I'm going to hit the green start button. The door closed, the clean door, Secret Agent 2840. I just cleaned it just for you because I know you'll be yapping about it. And I'm going to call you on the way home to talk about your next pair. It's going around tracing the shape of the right lens. And then second time around measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know where to place the bevel so the least amount of edge thickness showing. Now y'all ready for this? Water is going to spray onto the lens for the whole time. Normally you don't get to see that in my videos. It does that for plastic, high index plastic and Trivex, unlike the poly. Now, as I mentioned, his lenses are made out of 167 high index material. Now, I normally use polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. High index is 30% thinner than polycarbonate. And it stinks with the cuts. Until they come up with smell-o-vision, these lenses smell like sulfur or rotten eggs while they're cutting. When your nose is right up against this machine, there's just enough room in there where that smell is coming out. So it's already on the bevel wheel. That's how fast plastic and high index cut. This will be a short video. I know you guys at home are clapping over that. You don't have to listen to me yap on and on and on. So out comes the lever, that Secret Agent 2840. I cleaned all the optical sawdust off. You can actually see that now. No Schwarf is on there. I cleaned that as well before this video. Secret Agent 2840 lives in Florida, down in Florida by Cape Canaveral, and he's thinking about moving up down I-40 interstate from me in Raleigh. Be good. I always joke around with him. He's a good guy. That's the hardest thing about internet sales, is I just don't get to interact with people. I am a people person. Although, you know, all those multiple restraining orders don't prove that. But no, I really am a people person. Oh, by the way, okay, so here's the deal. Here's your paper towel I'm going to use to work on this. The first one, I tried to tear off this roll. The corner stuck down at the bottom, and this was still attached to this one. And I knew people would just fixate on that with that corner missing. So, okay, I'm instead of recycling it, I'm just going to use it for tomorrow so it doesn't get wasted. So we're going to keep this over here for the rest of the video, and I'll use that tomorrow. So you get the whole sheet, the whole bounty. Let's take this out, dry everything off, see if it fits first time around. Make sure there's no optical sawdust on the edge of your lens. We're going to start with that blue trim on the inside is a really, really nice touch. This is the first time I've seen this color from RayBan. When he asked if I could order this frame, I said I sure can. We got it on the website, and that is a nice touch. By the way, anyone else who gets this, you can even think about the Photofusion blue. He went with the brown to match the frame, which I can fully understand. But that's some nice blue trim. I likes me some blue. That's my favorite color. Alright, so I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner. Press down at the nose. It does not even come close to going in. So, let's take this off about 0.015 of a millimeter. Put that back in and hit retouch. I want the lens to pop in there easily. A lot of people will use heat, which will cause the plastic to expand or make it more pliable, so it will expand if you try and push the lens in. But if the lens goes in too tight, it would cause the frame to stretch, or what we in the industry call roll. The thickest part of the frame is here and here. The one that absorbs all the force is the bottom of the frame, and that would roll outwards, giving you an ugly cosmetic look, as well as shortening the life of the frame. I'm a perfectionist. You want someone like me cutting every pair of lenses that get shipped worldwide. These are going to go all the way around the world from North Carolina to West Virginia. It's a corny saying I live by, but the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that extra at the beginning. Now the right lens takes a little bit longer. Once we get that down, we'll flip it over and cut the left, and that one should go in on the first go round. Alright, we're going to dry the lens off using this corner. Who wants to wait till tomorrow to use this? Open that up. We're going to dry everything off. Alright, Bounty, let's see if you're really the quicker picker-upper, where you can get all the moisture off this lens with that little corner. I am a big-time recycler. A lot of times when a paper towel gets wet, I will put it in here to dry it off. Let's see what happens. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dry off, dry off, dry off. Don't blow out. Don't blow out. It's still a little damp. I'll use it for the left lens. We're going to put that there. So, again, I'm pick the frame up. I have the side I'm working on closest to me. Tuck it in at the outside corner. Push down. It still ain't going in. We're going to take it down another 1/10 of a millimeter. Hit retouch. Oh, I got to find something to talk about now. I've already mentioned how bad West Virginia Mountaineers beat us in the bowl game. I can't even remember which bowl game it was. Oh, what do they call the ones that they usually play in North Carolina? It wasn't the Cotton. It wasn't... Oh, I don't know. But... And all those Mountaineer fans in the stadium, they have this saying when they score. They do something, something, and I think they say F you. I don't know, but I was starting to take that a little personal as I kept doing it. They shoot off that big black powder musket. They have a good ritual. I'll give them that. If only my team had showed up to play. But then again, if we all rooted for the same team, it wouldn't be any fun. My website developer, Jigsaw, just got him an Apple Watch. Only about 17 years after the first smartwatches came out, Apple developed their own. And he was so proud of it, and I was talking smack. He got offended that I wasn't appreciating his watch, and I have to explain to him that as a Samsung guy and he's an Apple guy, if we all rooted for the same team, it wouldn't be any fun. I live here on Tobacco Road, just a few miles from Duke University. Can I do it? Can I do it? I better use this one. And both my parents worked for the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, which is 11 miles away. So that's how I grew up at Tar Heel. All my friends were Duke fans. I married a Dookie. We get along all but 2 days out of 2 days out of the year. Man, it still doesn't want to go in. All right, let's take it down another 1/10. So much for being that short video I promised. But when I was a kid, I wanted Duke to lose every game and their bus to crash on the way home. Now, you know, if they're in the NCAA tournament, my team's out, I'll root for them, because, I mean, my hometown is happy when Duke wins. Although Duke and North Carolina are having some of their worst seasons ever. They just met a couple weeks ago at Duke for the first of the 2 games. And both teams were so bad, we joked that they both might lose. Well, that's just the way it is, and I don't know when Gonzaga got so good. They seem to be number 1. Of course, Virginia, who's also in the Atlantic Coast Conference, won the national championship the year before last, before the tourney got canceled. Florida State was ranked number 1 before the tournament got canceled. They were the overall number 1 pick. So my ACC can represent in basketball. And actually, Clemson in football has been doing okay. We get lucky. Baseball, all the other sports, again, Florida State's good. The SEC is probably favored in baseball and football. But so be it. And if Joe's not a sports fan, he's going to be like, why is this guy? I didn't pay him to talk about ACC sports. But, alright, so I'm tucking it in at the outside corner. Press down the nose. There we go. It finally snaps in. So let's flip this over to L. Place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, or today I'm calling it the Joe Mountaineer. Hit the start button. I'm going to mark on here that I took these down minus 0.35, almost a third of a millimeter for that to snap in there easily. So again, it's going around tracing the shape of the left side of the frame. It's going to do the same thing now to make sure where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness. Now he's far-sighted, so he's never going to have thick edges. His lenses are thicker at the center and thinner at the edges. Unlike myopes, nearsighted people, Joe is a hyperope. Dry that off, throw that in there, add to my sticker collection. Now, to differentiate, I'm a latent presbyope. I too am a hyperope. My powers are about +1 1/4 in both eyes, but then I have an additional bifocal strength that I need to see far away and up close, because I done went and got old. But that's a good thing. I got friends 6 feet under wishing they were getting older right now. I'm sure if you ask them, I'm going to put the power drum, well actually just put on 28. Read the power, and I'm getting +2, plus positive numbers. Red are in the minuses. But Joe needs 8 steps. He's on the 8th rung of a ladder for magnification to see far away. Now once the image is the correct size, he has 1.5 diopters of astigmatism correction. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike with the letters P and F. Think of it as the fine-tune knob. We turn that fine-tune knob to 28. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. So we're going to check that second curvature. And we end up at +50, exactly halfway between 0 and 1, still in the black positive numbers. That's because if Joe had $2 and then he loads somebody $1.50, he would have 50 cents left. That's where we're at, +50 in the black. Now, his right eye only needs 5 steps of far-sighted correction and only 2 steps of astigmatism correction at the axis of 18. The right eye power +2 minus 150 is 90 degrees away, which is a steeper curve, and it's how we line those 2 curves up. His right eye needs more magnification than his left eye. Joe, if you want, I can put this in your case and mail it to you. It'll be dry by the time it gets there. His case may smell a little moldy, but that's what he gets for me having to smell the sulfur and the rotten egg smell of his lenses while they cut. Oh, by the way, I need to put his PD back on. It rubbed off while it was cutting, or the sticker, or one of the two. Alright, let me darken that so you guys can see that at home. And you know the best part about darkening this? I can recap. Alright, let's see what we can do with the left lens. We're going to tuck it in on the outside corner, press down at the nose. Oh, you're going to fight with me? Alright, so then we're going to start at the nose. We're going to push down the edges. There we go. By Job or by Jolly, we're going to get that thing in there. So, pull that off. Dry that off, add to my sticker collection, come down here to the lensometer. Oh, that black dot is still just there. Turn the axis wheel to 18, which corresponds with the fine tuning of his astigmatism correction. Read the power. We're at +1 1/4, just one tick mark away from +150. Check his 2 steps, half adopter of astigmatism correction. And we end up at +75, going away from 0. We're just shy of +1. Because again, it starts off at +1 1/4, subtract 50, and we're at 0.75, so that's where we're at. The last 2 steps of final inspection, the pupillary distance of 62, the optical center height of 17. We're going to, let me go ahead and recap, uncap, darken that, and recap again so you guys can see his pupillary distance. Again, 62, so I'm going to turn the card around, going from goldenrod to gray. So, place the PD stick against my thumb, hold it up to the left lens. We're getting 62 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. We're going to check the optical center height, because again, just like the crosshairs of a scope, I measure vertically and horizontally to make sure that his optical centers are dead center in front of his pupil. Now, again, not to the bottom of the lens, but from the middle of the frame. Let's make sure we're calling that right. We're getting 17 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. Same thing down here. 17 millimeters, that is cut perfectly. Now, this is the portion every video that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned that there's free shipping anywhere in the U.S. and West Virginia is still in the U.S. I have been to Bluefield, West Virginia, just last year. It's a beautiful drive. I was up in the southwest part of Virginia, and there was a road sign saying Bluefield is like 37 miles. I looked at my wife, she looked back at me and said, do it. We love going for Sunday drives. So we went there. Now, I have driven through Charleston. That has a beautiful state capitol on there. I went to Cincinnati for a wedding years ago. And West Virginia, I know it's the butt of a lot of jokes, but if anyone ever has the opportunity to drive through West Virginia, it is simply pristine and beautiful. There are mountains at the time. North Carolina mountains have trees cut down all over where people, millionaires from Atlanta, come up here and build homes. And the North Carolina mountains are millionaires from Virginia. And there'll be a bald spot on these mountains where someone has cut down trees and placed a mountain. West Virginia, the mountains just look untouched, just pristine and beautiful. I don't know if it's still like that, but the last time I drove through there, I just could not believe the natural beauty of West Virginia. If you guys ever get a chance, drive through it. It is simply breathtaking. Now, the last step I need to do is get the frame in standard alignment. By the way, when you get these in the mail, Joe, there's a small chance these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses perfectly. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them down on the counter. Whoops, set them down on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Now, when I say wobble, when I take mine off, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. For those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing my own design, which is the Christian eyewear. Model number Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You can get this frame with either silver crosses or gold crosses. They all come with a magnetic polarized clip-on. Let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. Press down, there is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, that neither temple is askew. Check the tension on each spring hinge to make sure that's matching. If one was tighter or one was looser, I would tighten the looser one. I would loosen the tighter one till they're the same. Now, I send out a selfie request in every package. Joe, I'd love to have 2. One with you clear inside and then one with you when they're dark outside. I also send out cleaning instructions not only on your frame and lenses, but on your cleaning cloth that I provide, your Zeiss cleaning cloth you're going to get, your RayBan cleaning cloth that is on the inside of your hard shell Italian leather case. But let me just give this one final cleaning. I also inspect to make sure that every cleaning cloth works perfectly. They have been field tested, so when you get this and you see that wrinkle in there, you know that it works. So this is what your Zeiss Photofusion brown lenses look like while they are, did I still miss a spot? While they are clear, I'm going to go ahead and activate them, meaning I'm exposing them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. Now, as you can see, it takes about, I'll hold this one so it doesn't fall in there. It takes about 30 to 45 seconds for the lenses to darken, a little bit longer when you come back inside. 45 seconds to a minute 15. Now, this is important. Everyone pay attention. All photochromic lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks are exposed to the sun. After that, they will work years at maximum performance. The only time they won't work is if you're behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day, and that's why they don't turn dark in a car. Now, if you have a convertible or motorcycle, they will darken. Now, they're also temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable, nobody or nothing works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. We all work much better when it cools off. Now, having said that, there is the Zeiss Extra Active Gray that will get darker in hotter weather. Now, this is the Photofusion Brown, and again, they're going to keep getting darker and darker for the next couple weeks. So, come on, Joe, we talked about that, don't you remember? But that does look really nice, that brown lens with the Havana tortoise frame. And as I keep talking, they will get lighter and lighter. So, if you haven't done it already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the bell icon so you get notified every time a new frame and lens combination becomes available. You can, if you have any questions, go to the Contact Me page of the website. You can also email me directly at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. You can also leave a question or comment in the comment section below. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram as Free Prescription Lenses. On Twitter is Free RX Lenses. But when you're on the website, scroll down to the very bottom. You can sign up for our email list, and that's where I will soon be putting out promotions on frame and lenses. Now, what else is there? I guess all that's left is to thank Joe for his purchase of the RayBan 5114 color 5064 in the 54 eye size. Now, the 16 bridge 140 temple link. Now, this frame comes in, I believe, 2 sizes, a 52 and a 54. It also comes in multiple colors. I'll put a link in the description below for anyone who wants to look at this frame. I'll put a link to all the different colors of the Zeiss self-tinting lenses, as well as the Duravision Platinum anti-glare that he got as well. They're a premium anti-glare coating. Now, this frame sells for $163, and it comes, amazingly, 1 free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses. The upgrade to and that's in polycarbonate. The upgrade to 167 is $58. The Photofusion Brown is $99. The Duravision Platinum is $99 for a total of $419 tax-free. The reason why I point out tax-free now is that a lot of people on the internet are having to charge tax. I'm in North Carolina, as I mentioned. There is no tax collected on medical devices in North Carolina, so that's why I don't have to charge tax. And then again, I mentioned before, free shipping anywhere in the U.S. Now, he did pay $25 for the video, but really, that's priceless. And he just squeaked in because of the time it takes me now, I have gotten busier thanks to everyone's patronizing me in more than one way, I should say. But due to the popularity of the website, these videos, I am going up a little bit just because I am having to stay late. It is 7:27 on Tuesday, February 23rd to get these done. And so I went up $10 on the video. Joe snuck in. He got the last $25 video. By the time it takes me to splice and do all the editing for the videos, getting it uploaded, emailing it, hashtags, all that stuff, I went up $10. Forgive me. Y'all, hey, if you hate what I did, leave that in the comment section, and I will quickly ignore all those comments. No, it's okay. But tell me what you think. Tell me if it's justified that after all these years being married to my wife, I have to stay late to work on these because I just can't get the videos done during the day because my phone is constantly blowing up, answering emails, all of that. So this is turning into a rant. I really didn't mean it to sound that way. But anyway, what was I going to say? That's it, I guess. Okay, so Joe, thank you again for your purchase of the RayBan 5114 color 5064 with your Hi Index 1.67 Photofusion Brown lenses with the Duravision Platinum. And now hopefully everyone else has gotten a chance to see. Bring that loving feeling back to glasses. Thank you.